It's me, Jeff Faulkner again. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints takes no official position on the geographic setting of the Book of Mormon. But since the prophet has directed us from the Lord to read it, ponder it, and study it daily, I think I have some information that can facilitate that, can make it come to life and make it more interesting. This is the region of the Book of Mormon in my mind. And I have good reason to believe that. This is Mesoamerica, southern part of Mexico and Guatemala. We have here the narrow strip of wilderness, which is the Motagua Fault Zone. Got a pointer here. The Motagua Fault Zone, right there, which is the narrow strip. This is highland Guatemala. This is the land of Zarahemla. You see the mountainous region here, enveloping the Grijalva Basin. This is the Grijalva River, which in the Book of Mormon is the Sidon River. This is the Usumacinta River, which is not actually mentioned in the Book of Mormon, but we'll see it has a place in it. This is the narrow neck of land. This is the Coatzacoalcos floodplain. Now, let's start with Alma's missionary journeys. I've got a map that I drew here that will help. In the early chapters of the book of Alma, Alma the prophet goes on a mission from the city Zarahemla. First he preaches and teaches in Zarahemla, then he goes up to the city of Gideon, and he comes back, crosses the river again to Melech, then he goes to Ammonihah. Of course, he's kicked out of Ammonihah. He goes toward Aaron, back to Ammonihah, this time with Amulek, and they make many converts there in Ammonihah, but remember the converts and their records are burned. Converts actually burned alive. It's a dreadful scene. Then he goes to the city of Sidon, which is a heavily Mulekite city, and then finally back to city Zarahemla. So you have the seven stops that the prophet Alma makes. Now let's go to the cities in the land of Nephi. Remember that Lehi's ship landed here. They went inland and up to the city of Nephi, which Nephi founded, which is now the Guatemala City. And in the days of King Lamoni, the sons of Alma came down here from Zarahemla, came up, I should say, to the city of Nephi and to Ishmael. Ammon went to the land of Ishmael, and Aaron went down around the Lake Atitlan to Jerusalem and these other cities. And they ended up converting the Lamanites in 7 lands and cities. And these are those 7 lands and cities: Nephi, Ishmael, Medani, Shilem, Shemlon, Lemuel, and Shemnalon. 7 cities here in this area. Later there was a revolt down around the lake, 80 miles to the west of the city of Nephi. Remember the city of Jerusalem, Elam, Amulon, the Amalekites and the Amulonites stirred up the Lamanites down here, and they marched on the capital, started slaying the converts of the sons of Mosiah. 1,005 of them were slain, and then later there was more than that converted. And Ammon and his brothers brought them down, settled them in Jershon, which was up here to the west of the Sidon River. The Zoramites had settled on the other side of the Sidon River in the land of Antionum. So this is Jershon and Antionum. Later, when we get into the wars in the latter chapter of Alma, these people of Ammon, or the Anti-Nephi Lehis, were relocated over here to Melech. Now we go to the time of the wars, and remember the land of Jershon is to the west of the river Sidon. So I put a push pin there. This is the northeast theater of war in the latter chapters of Alma. This is the southwest theater of war in the latter chapters of Alma. Somewhere I got a hole there. Put that in. Those are the two theaters of war. The Nephite armies deployed back and forth along the Grijalva River the Lamanites deployed back and forth along the Usumacinta River. So you see, the headwaters of these rivers kind of flow in different directions. Headwaters of Sidon flow west, we know from Alma 22. In this theater of war, Captain Moroni moves the people of Ammon over to Melech, and he establishes 7 garrison cities. And these are the 7 garrison cities that Captain Moroni establishes. Moroni, Nephihah, Lehi, Moranton, Omner, Ged, and Mulek. 7 again. Now, down in the southwestern theater of war, or quarter, as Mormon calls it, we have 7 cities. We have down here, we have Helam. Remember, Helam leads the 2,000 stripling warriors down from Melech to this southwest theater of war. And he joins up with Antipas at the city of Judea. Then they conquer these other cities. So we have the 7 cities down in the southwest theater of war. Melech, Manti, Zeezrom, Cumeni, Antipar, Judea, and an unnamed city by the seashore. So we have 7 again. The Lord loves the number 7. We have 7 showing up all along. Remember, this is the East Wilderness, and this is the Highland Guatemala. Going up always means going up in elevation. This is the desolation, bountiful, narrow neck of land, or the isthmus of Tehuantepec. Desolation, the land of desolation, the land of bountiful. Jershon, Adionam, Zarahemla, Nephi. Remember, there's always a duality in the sacred text. You have the land northward, land southward. Zarahemla, Nephi, in the land southward. Jershon and Adionam, the Lamanite armies gather in Adionam. Nephite armies gather in Jershon, and each redeploying along their respective rivers. These are the roundabout wildernesses around the land of Zarahemla. This is the narrow strip of wilderness, narrow neck of land. These two are very prominent geographical features. It's all dual, it's all symmetrical. That's the sacred text. And I hope this will help readers to bring it to life and spend a lot of time reading that marvelous and wonderful work. Thank you.